to the Ollie and Bella podcast. This is episode 15. My name is Cherie and I'm coming to you today, well, anytime when I film a podcast, it doesn't change. I'm coming to you from the UK. It is grey, wet and windy, and I'm in my front room because I thought this is probably where I can get the best light. Yeah, it is not great outside. Normally I film in my kitchen, but because that's at the back of the house, the light isn't great. So I thought I'd film here today because I've got the front room window, which is a bay window, fluff on me. So apologies for the noise in the background that you might be able to hear. It's because it is the traffic outside. But hopefully if I try and chat a bit louder, I'll be able to drown that sound out. I think it's been a little while, hasn't it? I think the last time I filmed a podcast was back in November, and then we had Vlogmas, and then I did put a video up this month, but it was something different. It was all about art supplies, getting into drawing, arts, all that type of thing. So if that's something that you think you'd be interested in, then pop across and watch that video. I appreciate it's probably not for everyone, but that's fine. No worries. Today's podcast, so it's going to be my normal podcast. I'm going to be chatting to you about projects, happy mail, all that jazz. So and we've got an exciting section. I'm going to announce the winners of the Scrappy Blanket adventures. So I'm going to announce the winners because I have some lovely prizes, and I think that's about it. I've made some notes, but as always, I start off writing in. I've got a new notebook now for my podcast. I've had this one a while actually. I think it's got coffee on it. Let's just wipe that off a minute. This is my new notebook for the podcast. Hufflepuff. It started off really neat, and then literally you turn over and it's like I probably will struggle to read and understand it. But anyway, let's get right in. I don't have any finished objects to show you. I did finish since if we go back to say November's podcast, I would have shown them actually through Vlogmas, but I did finish my Christmas advent socks from the Yarn Badger, and I did the special heel on the back from Judy of an Autumn Acorn. And I know lots of you have since then tried the heel, and lots of you are really, really enjoying it. So that's great. It's the magic heel. I'll leave a link down. Anything I chat about, I'll put all the show notes down below in the description, so you'll be able to have a look for that. But I finished them and I loved them. I decided in the end that I didn't want to do a contrasting toe, cuff or heel. I didn't want to do any of that. I literally knitted both socks. I did them 2 at a time, and I just used the Advent stripy yarn, and it was lovely. I love that yarn. So that's the only finished object I've got really, and I don't even have it here to show you. I might run up and get them. If I do, then you'll see that in a minute. If I don't, then pop over and have a little look. I'm not sure what episode it was that I shared them. Probably the last episode of Vlogmas. But let's get straight into, so I'm going to chat to you about, I've got some, I think it's going to be mainly blankets that I'm going to chat to you about today. All but one project, and that is, I've even still got it in my Christmas project bag. I'm going to show you how I've been getting on with my candy cane cowl, and I've kept it in this bag. And from, I think on the last one, I think I'd literally just cast this on, so I hadn't done a lot, but you can see I've done quite a bit now. And the yarn I'm using this one here, this beautiful yarn, which was a Harry Potter colourway. It's from the Yarn Lab, and I'm holding it with Bear Surrey Alpaca, and it is creating this beautiful, snuggly, soft fabric. Oh, feels gorgeous. That is going to be lovely to wear. So I'm carrying on with that one for a minute. I think I may literally just knit until I've used all of the Suri alpaca up. I don't mind if it's a little bit longer because it will just feel more snugly around my neck. So that's how I'm getting on with that one. I'd like to be able to get that one finished by the time I film another podcast. Hopefully I will. It's really, really lovely, simple knitting in the evening. If you just feel like you want something a little bit different than knitting on a pair of socks, it's really lovely pattern. And just in case you're watching for the first time, again, I'll put all the information down below, but this is the Candy Cane Cowl by Teasel Mouse Cottage. And don't ask me, I'm not sure what happened, why it printed that black bit out, but you can find this pattern on Ravelry. So that's that one. Another great project for just like pattern, sorry, for like a one skein project. If you've got that precious skein of yarn in your stash that you think, oh, I'm not sure what to use it on, and you think, oh, I don't want to use it for socks or something, you know. And that was, for me, that was this yarn. I'd had it a while, and I just wanted to find that perfect project for it. And so yeah, you might feel that you've got some yarn that you'd like to do that with. Interruptions already. Molly outside the door crying because I'm in, like I say, I'm in the front room, so I closed the door to try and minimize the noise, and she's just outside crying. Anyway, so next up I was going to share a new, it's only a small little whip, but a new one, and this is a dishcloth, and this is a free pattern from the kitchen sink shop, and it's the same lady that designed the really lovely sock pattern that I knitted back in the summer called the Wish You Were Here socks, which is also a free pattern on Ravelry. And Galore has, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, I am sorry if I'm not, is going to be designing a dishcloth pattern for every month. So if you are interested and would like to join in the fun of knitting, it's called the Year of Dishcloths, and you can find some more details on Galore's Instagram page, and there's a link in her profile where you can sign up to our newsletter, and then every month you'll be emailed the free pattern for that month. And so January's is called, it's the Icicles dishcloth, and I've literally, as you can see, I've just started it. I'm just using, I've actually made a magic knot ball with cottons, so it's going to be like a scrappy dishcloth, but I've got a few cottons that I need to use up. I'm now thinking that would be a good one to save for Christmas, that one. I could save that for the December one, but I just thought it'd be really fun to make a dishcloth every month, a small little project that you can carry around with you. It doesn't take long. They make great gifts. I mean, they're practical. I have many handmade dishcloths, both knitted and crocheted, and they wash up lovely. They're just great to have. And of course, if you've got some really soft, I mean, the cotton's still fine, to be honest with you, but you could even make them for washcloths. You could use them in the bath, in the shower. So I will again leave details down below. Okay, so moving on to my next whip, which is in my lovely Sandy by the Lakeside project bag. Love this fabric, it's gorgeous. I reckon I'd wear like a top, like a nice little tunic top in that. That'd be really nice, wouldn't it? So in here is my granny stripe blanket that I am making for Jessie, and I've added a few rows. I'm sure I've shared this with you. I'm sure I have. I don't think I've shared it in a long time, but from when I last picked it up and worked on it, that's my little stitch mark there. and I've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm on my 11th row. It's a bit of a slow make at the minute, but it's so enjoyable to sit down working on this in the evening, or I just have it next to me when I'm sat on the sofa, pick it up, just add a row to it, and it's lovely. I'm using, in my project bag that I've got here, I'm also using a 3.5 hook. I didn't want it to be really tight. I wanted it to be quite loose and drapey. Whoops. And also in here I've got yarns that have been sent to me in swaps that I've done. There's lots in there, lots and lots. And I had a really good sort out, was it last week? Over the past 2 weeks, I've literally just been spending less and less time on my phone, less time on Instagram, and just spending that time just sorting things out, getting little jobs done that I need to do, that I've kind of been putting off. And one of which was going through my yarns. And it's surprising how quickly you can build up a stash. And I feel like I have plenty of yarn, plenty. I do not need any more yarn. I've got more than enough to keep me going on all my projects, and I've got enough, so which is great. So it means I don't need any more. But anyway, so that's my granny stripe, and this is going to be for Jessie. It's going to be for her bed. So I've made it like a nice size that will fit on her bed, and then I'll probably do a plain cream border. Might do a little scalloped edge one, or like a shell one, but I love it when it's folded up like this. It looks lovely. So, and then I tend to do a few rows, and then I'll sit one evening and I'll sew them in, and it doesn't bother me sewing the ends in, as long as I don't let it get terrible, too many. And then next up, I'm gonna share, right, so this project was my bits and bobs blanket, and I frogged it. I really, really, really like the bits and bobs blanket pattern. I think it's lovely, but I found that it's a really slow knit. For me it is anyway, but it's a lovely pattern. It creates a lovely texture. I definitely can see me having another go at doing it in the future. And if you remember rightly, I made a magic knot ball. No, had I made a magic knot ball? I think I was knitting it from a magic knot ball, and I'm holding it double stranded, so 2 strands of 4 ply, and I can't remember what size hook I'm using now because it's not in here. Oh, it is a 4, and these are the tulip hooks. They're my favorite crochet hooks. They feel really nice. I feel like I can crochet quite fast with these. And so I frogged it, and I've turned it into a giant granny square basically. It's working up really quickly, probably the fact that it's 2 strands held together, and it's a and I'm using a size 4 hook. So I'm not sure how big I'll make this. I think I decided I was gonna finish it. I think I was gonna finish this ball, and then I think I was going to edge it, and then I think, if I remember rightly, because again, the yarns that I've used in here were just, you can probably see, were just little 5 grams or little leftovers from other projects, and I made it into a magic knot ball. I think I was going to let Jessie have it as a little blanket for her teddies. So I think that's what I'll do, and then that project's done. So there's not much more to do on that one really, apart from just finish this little ball, and then I'll edge it. I'll put an edging around it, a border. So that's that one, which is good because that will be finished soon, because I have started another blanket, another 2. Okay, so next up is my Harry Potter blanket, and I've not really done anything to it. So I won't chat lots about it, because I know I would have spoken a bit about it, I think, in my last episode, episode 14, but I'm still working on a square at the minute, and I'll show you how it's looking. And this one, I think this one is, I'm still molting. My hair gets everywhere. I'm sure this one is Professor Snape. It's a really deep grey with green. I think there's a little bit of brown in there. So I'm working on this square at the minute, and I've been building up quite the collection. I've actually cancelled my Harry Potter club, and I've cancelled all of my yarn clubs. And the reason I've done that, don't get me wrong, I would love to carry on getting them. I would love that. However, I think after sorting out my yarn and seeing the amount I have, I literally got everything out and I laid it out in front of me and thought, I don't need any more. I do not need any more yarn. It would be silly of me to carry on buying the yarn, because I'm not going to even get through the yarn that I've got, and I don't even think I've got a ridiculous amount, but it's enough for me. And so I thought to myself, use the yarn you've got. It's absolutely fine. Just use yarn from your stash. But I have still got, I've got 4 months worth of the lovely club to show you. And so part of me thought, what I'll do is I'll still make log cabin squares, but I'm going to make a really big cushion out of them. And even when you make one log cabin full square, you still get you're still left over with quite a lot of yarn. And I've been putting them in here because guess what? I was going to make another blanket with these, a hexie blanket. So that's the only reason why I cancelled my clubs, because I was just being sensible and thinking, I've got all this lovely yarn in my stash, I'm not going to get through it, and the yarns that I've got are really lovely and I want to be able to use them, and if I just keep buying more, and it's just, I feel like it's a bit of a vicious circle. So I thought, be really sensible this year and stop. So I have, and you can see how beautiful they are. So this is November's club, and these colours were based on the 3 broomsticks. Have I shown this month? I think I've shown you this month, haven't I? I've got a feeling I've shown this one in the previous podcast, but I'll show it quickly again. And the labels, Tracy, her labels are always really lovely for each of her clubs. She has a different design for her labels. So for the Harry Potter one, it's really cool. It was December's, and this is called Christmas in the Wizarding World. Look at them. Aren't they fab? I think they're great, those colours. And it also came with a little bell that you can hear, and this really lovely little like bow leather label that you can sew on, which I will use on I will try and, not sure how that will work, but I'll see if I can use it on the cushion. It's really lovely. I'll see if I can, I hope that's showing on the screen. Whoops. So I'm going to show you January's now. If you are doing the Harry Potter Club from Nora George Yarns and you haven't received your January or even your February yarn, and you don't want to see it and spoil it, then fast forward a bit. Because the reason I've got January's and February's is because I hadn't made the decision until a couple of weeks or so ago that I was going to cancel my yarn clubs. And January's I would have already paid for that in December, and then the February's I paid at the beginning of January, so which is fine because I've got enough here now to keep me going and to make my big log cabin cushion that I want to make. But yeah, so if you don't want to see January or February's, look away. So January's theme was Weasley's Wizard Wheezes, and it's a real fun mix of colours this month. You've got your purple, you've got the lemon there, you've got this fun one here which has got oranges, plums, purples, you've got the blue one, and you've got this really lovely pretty one here that's got lots of different pastel colours, blues, purples, lilacs, pinks, yellows. It's a really fun month, that one. And so February's, which I wasn't expecting this early, but it's lovely to have them all here so I can show you all of them together. So February's is a Wizarding Valentine's, and I don't think I mentioned, but all of these are on the DK 100% superwash merino, and they're 20 grams. And again, really lovely colours. Tracy does a fantastic job dyeing the yarn, a really good job at dyeing them. Love this one, love the speckles. Oh, she does a fantastic job. Look at this one, isn't that beautiful? Quite like a full skein in both of them, but no, I'm not buying any. I'm being good. So as you can see, I've got more than enough to keep me going, haven't I? More than enough. I've got 2 more whips that I'm going to chat to you about, and then I'm going to announce the winners for the giveaway. So these next 2 projects I've got living in a mixture of these bags, and this, oh, I love this project bag. It is beautiful, and this was a gift from lovely Angie of the Urban Stitcher. Have a look at Angie's Instagram page, and she's also started designing some patterns, which is great. Her bags are so popular, they're beautiful. She only makes a few of each, so they're extra special. And this one is just stunning. Look at that pattern, look at the floral design. It's like a, I think it's like a corduroy. There's Angie's logo there, and on the back it's like a really nice linen canvas fabric, and it's a drawstring, and it's got pockets inside that are really handy. It's just the perfect size, and it's got the handle there, which is great. It's got a stamp, and in here is my Cosy Memories. Now, I did speak about this in my last Vlogmas episode, because I think I shared that I was practicing the squares, and I made, I was going to make a little coaster. That coaster, I've now finished it. It's not a coaster. It's now in, I'm looking over at Jessie's wooden doll's house that she has all her little bunnies in, and it's being used as a quilt. But I've now started, oops, and this is how far I've got. So the bottom stripe I've done, or the bottom row, sorry, is January, and that's pinks. And then this row that I'm working on now is February, and it's like dark pinks and reds, really pretty. And I did buy the January and February colour palettes, and Kelly she's done a fantastic job dyeing up the yarn. Kelly and Nick, the yarns are beautiful. But again, going through all my yarn, seeing everything that I've got, I thought, I don't need to. I've got more than enough that I could use. And so I organised all my what I call like my leftover bits, my minis. Some were in sets, I've taken them out, some I haven't, and I've kind of put them all in bags now, and I've got them all ready, all the colours. That was so much fun. So after I've done the red one, I've picked out some oranges and peaches. I'm going to do that colour. Then I'm going to do a yellow one, a yellow row, followed by green. Then I'm going to do, I think I was going to do a turquoise one, like an aqua turquoise row. Then a blue one. and then a purple one, purples and lilacs, and then I think that gave me 10 rows. And then I was going to have a look. I've got quite a few yarns that are like a bare colour. Like the base of the yarn only has very fine coloured speckles on it, which would make a lovely plain border. So that's what I'm thinking of doing. But I can chat more about that again on another episode. But I'm really enjoying it. Really, really enjoying it. And seeing the yarn knitted up in a little, like in a little square, I think it shows the yarn, it shows the colours, the speckles, it just shows it off really nicely. So that is living in there. And I love my bag. Thank you, Angie. It's gorgeous. I'll leave a link to Angie's shop down below. I think, not sure if she has an update coming up, but I love it. Love it, love it, love it. And so all these bags are living in here at the minute, and then as I need them, I take them out and then I put them in and work like that. Okay, so on to the final whip, and it's another blanket. I have started, and when I say started, I mean I've literally done 2 squares. I'm going to do the Battenberg blanket. I love that blanket. It is such a beautiful pattern. And it is by my lovely friend Sandra of the Cherry Heart podcast. I know all of you will be following Sandra because she's amazing. And Sandra has a whole video chatting all about the blanket. And it's just lovely. I love it. And it uses like the smallest amount of yarn to make a square. And these are the squares. I've literally just done 2. I've got myself in a bit of a tango. I've not even cut the thread off yet. I need to do that. I've literally done just these 2. How cute are they? Don't they look lovely? So what I've been doing with the Cosy Memories, once I finished a square, I've then been putting the yarn in this bag. And when I was sorting out my yarns for the other rows, the other months, the other colours, I was putting some in here. Some of my other yarns I've been putting in here as well. So that's going to be really fun. That's going to be really fun. Again, it's another long-term project, but they take literally, if you can crochet, they take no time at all. I reckon of an evening, you could sit of an evening and easily crochet a few squares, quite a few squares. You'd probably surprise yourself how many you could actually make. I think that's it. I'm going to announce the winners now of the blanket, of the Scrappy Blanket Adventures. That it's been so much fun. If you have joined in, thank you so much for joining in. It's been lots of fun seeing what you've all been busy making. Some of you have knitted blankets, crocheted blankets, and it's been lovely. And you can also pop across to Nicky's thread as well. Nicky is Clara Peggotty on Instagram. Don't think she is on Ravelry, but I'll leave a link down below so you can have a little look. And we've been doing the make along together, so thank you, Nicky. It's been really lovely. So what I've done is I have got 2 winners to announce from the chatter thread and 2 winners to announce from the finished objects thread. So I'm going to go with the chatter thread. I'm going to go with the chatter thread first, and let's have a look. So the first winner from the chatter thread is Laura, who is Wiltshire Lass. So well done, Laura. And Laura started a giant granny square blanket, and she's actually making the Battenberg blanket as well. And she's keeping the scraps left over from the Battenberg from making the squares, and she's joining them in, and she's making a big giant granny square blanket with it. So well done, thank you. And you have won this lovely prize, which was donated from my lovely friend Jodie. So thank you, Jodie, if you're watching. And you've got a beautiful project bag, perfect for the spring. It's lovely colours. And inside you've got a sock set from Biff Sugar Yarns, and this is in the colourway Teasel. It's beautiful, 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 beautiful. So you have won that. So well done. Second lucky winner from the chatter thread is Elaine, and she is knitting Charlie on Ravelry. And Elaine was knitting the habitation throw. That's been a really popular blanket. When you look through the chatter thread, lots of you have been making that blanket. That's also on my list to make. And Elaine, she was using scraps from some of her favourite leftover socks, shawls, and she also bought herself, she treated herself to some of Kelly Lay Family Yarns minis as well, which was really nice. And you have won these beautiful prizes. You've won this beautiful project bag, which was made by Rachel Jarvis on Instagram. She has a beautiful Etsy shop. And also I received last month these beautiful yarns from Stevie, who is Created Yarn Co. And you can find Stevie on Etsy, on Instagram, and she also has a podcast as well. And there's Stevie's details there. And Stevie was very kind and got in touch, and she donated these beautiful minis. And where have they gone? And also popped in a couple for me as well. So thank you, Stevie. I'm just looking at them thinking that maybe to use that one in my blanket. Pop him over there. Well done, Elaine. That's your lucky prize. And next up are the two winners from the finished objects thread. So first off is Elaine, another Elaine, but this Elaine on Ravelry is Tree Source Ltd. And Elaine finished a granny stripe blanket that she made, and it's lovely and colourful. It looks really snuggly, and she used mainly sock yarns and minis. And what made it really lovely and special, she made them into a magic knot ball and then crocheted just with the magic knot ball, which is brilliant because it just meant that she didn't need to be sewing any ends in, so it made it a quicker make. So well done, Elaine. You have won this beautiful project bag, which was made by Nicola, and you've got this one, and inside you've also got this little notions pouch which you can keep it attached, or you can take it off. And then inside you've got, look at the beautiful lining inside, and then there's a needle cozy there and a scissor fob case as well, and that's Nicola's name there, her logo. Cute little lovelies. And that's not all, you also have some lovely yarn as well, and this was kindly donated from my lovely friend Suzanne of Green Lambkin Yarn, and this is in the colourway Peach Poppies. It is beautiful. I'm going to leave it in the wrapper. It's gorgeous. Is it a gold stellina or silver? I think it might be silver, but it's beautiful. So well done. You're the lucky winner of that lovely prize. And then last but not least is Nicola, who very kindly donated the project bag as a giveaway. So thank you, Nicola. On Instagram, on Ravelry, it's Nicky U33, I think. And Nicky did the habitation throw. So yeah, like I say, it was a really popular choice to make. And she said it was her first knitted blanket, which was really special, and she just used random minis, and she would like to have a go at making a granny stripe blanket once she feels a little bit more confident with her crochet. So well done, you have won this beautiful prize. I've had this little project bag in my little giveaway section for a little while, and I wanted to keep it for something special, and I thought this would be perfect to use as a prize for the Scrappy Adventures make along. And this beautiful project bag was made by my lovely friend Eva of the Coco and Flora podcast, and inside you've also got a needle cozy, and that's Eva's We've got a little stitch marker, a really pretty little stitch marker. That's Eva's logo there. It's a lovely project bag. And that's not all. You also have this beautiful sock yarn, which was donated to me by the lovely Alina. So if you're watching, hi Alina. And this is called the Rainy Days Self-Striping. It is beautiful. And this is, let me see, it's a 75-25, and you can also find, oh, this is Alina's logo there on the front, and you can see that she also has an Etsy shop, and she's also on YouTube. She has her own podcast channel, so pop over and say hi, and find her on Instagram as well. I bought some beautiful sock yarn back in December, and I'm going to keep it and use it for this year's Advent. And it was it called cookies, Christmas cookies? It's beautiful. It was a tweed one. I haven't got it to hand. Silly me, I should have got it. I'll show you on the next podcast, but it's stunning. And she very kindly put this in as a giveaway prize. So thank you so much. It's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. So well done, Nicky. Well done, that's your lucky prize. So if you are one of those 4 lucky winners, if you can get in touch with me either by giving me a private message on Instagram or Ravelry, and as soon as it's safe, I will post it out to you, because we are still in our lockdown at the minute. So we're not going out unless it is essential. So but I will get them off to you as soon as it's safe for me to do so. So well done, and thank you so much if you joined in. It's lovely to see the hashtag that's still being used on Instagram. So next up is just some happy mail. So I showed the Nora George Yarns happy mail, didn't I? I showed the clubs that I had received, but a little while ago a lovely viewer got in touch with me, Fiona, and hi Fiona if you're watching, and thank you again. I know I've already messaged and thanked you, but she was, I don't know if she was having a sort out of her yarns, and she had some Harry Potter ones that she said that she wasn't going to get around to using, and would like to send them to me, and thank you. And so she sent me these 2 here, and this is by the company Yarn Unique, and you can guess this is Gryffindor colours, and these are the Hufflepuff colours. So they're like a little, I think they're like little sock sets. She's got the coordinating mini there, and oh, she was so kind. She also put in Harry. I've not opened it. I should open it now, really. I'll open it with you. She popped in one of these minifigures. And chocolate, which was some Christmas chocolate which the children have eaten, and some books that she's read, and she saw that we were reading Letters from the Lighthouse from Emma Carroll, and she had one of her books and said that she'd read it and enjoyed it, and thought of Isabel, and I thank you so much. And she included these 3 beautiful books. We are going to have so much fun reading these, so thank you. I won't hold them all up together. This one here, The Time of Green and Magic. Look at that beautiful front cover. By Hilary McKay. And then this one, which is by P.G. Bell. Is it by P.G. Bell? Yeah, I think so. And it's called The Train to Impossible Places. That one. And then this one here is by Emma Carroll, and this is called Sky Chasers. That is lovely. Look at that, isn't that amazing? We've actually just started reading. Let me go and get it. So this is the book that myself and Isabel have just started reading together, and it's a David Walliams book, and it's called Codename Bananas, and it's based in London back in the time, sadly, when it was World War II, and it's, I don't want to give away too much, but where have we got so far? We're on like chapter 9 or 10. We've only read about that much. And it's about a little boy, Eric, and he loves to spend time at the London Zoo. And it's lovely. Already just reading it is really lovely. So that's what we're reading at the minute. But once we finish that, I'm sure Isabel will pick one of these lovely books to read. So thank you, Fiona. I also had a lovely card as well. Right, I'm going to open it up now. I do have some of these, so hopefully it's not a double. Oh, it's not, which is brilliant. Dropping it now. I've got Ron. I'll make him up and I'll show you. I'll be able to add him to my little collection now. Thank you if you've managed to get all the way through that. Thank you for watching, and that is the end of the podcast. So if you've made it all the way to the end, well done. Thank you for watching. I hope you're all keeping yourselves safe and well. I'd love to hear from you if you have started any new projects this year. What are your plans for projects? Are you being really good? Are you using yarns from your stash? If you had a sort out recently, let me know. It'd be lovely to hear from you. But anyway, as always, thank you so much for watching, for liking, for subscribing, for leaving me a comment. It's lovely. So thank you so much. I know I always thank you, but I do really mean it. Thank you. And I'll see you in the next episode. Bye.